Coming up on Cardinals Insider, there's a new red bird in the roost.
That's kind of when I realized, I think I can make it.
Get to know third baseman Nolan Arenado. Plus,
felt like he was releasing it from right there. He went,
it's a time-honored spring training tradition, the PFP tournament. Hear what it sounded like firsthand. And later,
whenever you talk about the game, you have to mention Bob Gibson because he was so good, so electric at that time that they had to alter the game because of him.
remembering the greatest pitcher in Cardinal history. That and more ahead on the season premiere of Cardinals Insider. Welcome to another season of Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. We have so much to talk about during our season premiere, but we have to start with Nolan Arenado. The Cardinals acquired the 8-time Gold Glover on February 1st, and we lead off with his player profile.
It's been cool. It's a great area, great fan base. You know, the fans are critical to the game. I miss the fans that love us and the fans that hate us. I miss all of it. Because, I mean, they push you, and it's more fun.
Hammered. Forget about it. Two-run shot, Nolan Arenado.
My parents obviously support me, and they love coming out to games and spending time. And my mom's pretty intense, so she gets caught up in the games a little too much. But I appreciate her. You know, I appreciate it because she's all in. And then my brothers, obviously, they help me. My younger brother flips to me, hits me ground balls. We work out together all off season. You know, he helps me prepare for every season.
This ball club deep left field, way back. Game number 1,000 includes a 2-run home run. Of course it does.
I think it was the fall league when I realized I could play in the big league, just because there's so many good players in the fall league. You know, you got your Mike Trouts, Harpers, Brandon Crawford, all these guys that were supposed to get to the big leagues and supposed to be big time when they got there, and I feel like I could hang with them. So that's kind of when I realized, like, I think I can make it.
Hammered down the left field line. It is hooking, and it is gone. It's a home run and a long one off the bat of Nolan Arenado.
You know, growing up, my dad always taught me to stay on top of the ball, hit line drives, and then the homers would come when you get stronger, and it's been true. You know, I think when you're a line drive hitter, a homer is just this much different on a barrel, you know, and when you do that, the ball flies. So if you think about hitting line drives, usually it means you have a pretty good approach and you can hit the ball over the field.
Line drive and a base hit, Arenado.
For me, I have to work above the ball, so I try to think down and stay on top of the baseball. If I think up, that's when I swing over, or the ball gets by me and I swing under it. These pitchers are so good. You know, they have it's called spin rate fastballs, which everyone's been hearing about lately, where the ball just kind of jumps. And I tell myself to work above the ball. If you watch the swing from the side, it's never really like that. It's just the mindset to get yourself thinking above the ball and working on top of it, just so you don't get beat with the spin. Well, I love the intensity. I love, you know, the seriousness of everything. It's just a different vibe here. I love it so far. I mean, the coaches are all locked in. The expectations are high. I mean, it's been incredible watching how hard these guys work. It's been awesome, and obviously playing against them, it's always a pain in the butt. WAINO is always tough to face, and Yachty is just, man, he's just a pain in the butt back there. He's just so good. He gets so many strikes, and he knows how to block. There's no pass balls ever. It's just, he just does all the little things, and he's just so good. Just the intensity, the work he does, the work ethic has been, I mean, it's been really eye-opening to see at that age. I mean, he's still getting after it, early work with all the young catchers. I mean, it's just something I admire, and when I see that, he pushes me. You know, if Yachty's getting after it, and he's done a lot more in this game than I have, then I need to get to work.
One pitch. Arenado hits it a ton.
Growing up, you know, you don't think about anything but, you know, winning and winning a World Series. You know, I think everything else that's come is, you know, the financial aspect, the awards and all that has come because my eyes are set on trying to win. And I think if I continue that, that's where my eyes need to be set. You know, my love for the game is to win, and you know, I just love doing it. It's an unbelievable job. So many people, I'm so fortunate to play it. Not obviously, there's only been like maybe 20,000 major leaguers ever in the history of the game, and to be one of them is special. And you know, I want this to last as long as I can, so I'm gonna give everything I have.
Fans are excited to have Arenado at the hot corner, but they're not the only ones glad to slot number 28 into the lineup. Here's what his teammates think about adding another All-Star to their clubhouse.
Swinging a long one into left field. This one's going to leave the park. He's a dangerous cat, that Arenado.
Better catch the ball when he throws it over there. I know that. Man, it'll just be fun to watch. And I mean, we've seen really good defense by this team the last few years, and it's just, you know, it's a priority for our team. And I think, you know, having a well-rounded player just adds to it. A guy who takes a lot of pride in his defense, then he'll just fit right in.
I mean, you insert that guy into the order, and he's going to help. He makes the lineup better. You put him over at third base. I mean, he's won Gold Glove every year he's been in the league, a couple platinums. So he makes the defense better, makes the offense better, and just a good guy to be around as well.
Cardinals have the lead.
That rock solid defender over at third base, and we'll just make our defense that much better. And then being that key guy in the middle of our lineup to drive runs in is obviously a huge presence as well. So I'm just really excited to see him in game action.
It's multiple ways of defense, hitting, clubhouse guy. You know, right away you could tell he loves baseball. You know, he's not a bad attitude guy. He's in to work. You watch him work. He's good. He makes everyone around him good. And then you stick him in the lineup. You make everyone else good in the lineup too.
If you look at our team without Arenado, I think we have a very good team. Very good team. I think with the acquisition of Arenado, that takes us from a very good team to a team that can make a serious run in the postseason. And, you know, everything that I've heard about Arenado, I've talked to him a few times, seems like a great guy, great work ethic, great teammate, and obviously between the white lines, he's one of the best in the game. So anytime you add a type of player like that, he's gonna boost everybody around him, and he's going to make the team that much better.
All right, everybody ready?
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider.
Oh, the changeup. I see you working.
Get on the backfields for a little pitcher's fielding practice. Also ahead.
Well, the great news is Cardinal baseball is still going to be exciting and fun to bring your family down to Busch Stadium.
It may look a little different, but it will be so good to be back at Busch. Each year at spring training, the pitchers compete in a competition to see who's the best at pitcher fielding practice, or PFP for short. Veterans pick teams, and there's a prize for the winning group. This year, we mic'd up some key names and hit the backfields for this Jupiter tradition.
Gertie, I believe there's a deal to be made here, where we just sit here and talk for a while, and I'll slip a little $20 in your pocket.
Yeah, and we're both mic'd up, so it might not go real well.
Maybe
right,
a couple
gentlemen.
Chick-fil-A gift certificates.
Get you something real nice.
Today's competition of PFP will get a day off at their choosing that makes sense within the camp parameters. The group that finishes last has to sing the national anthem at a B game. So enjoy that.
Ooh, I like that. Dang, you're gonna have me signing up to lose on purpose. Miles, you've been wanting to sing for a while. I'm not gonna lie, that first throw almost hit me in the face, Jordan. It was just a little faster than I was expecting.
If you say you want the ball, that was my thing in pickup basketball. Didn't matter what team you're on. You say, Webby, I get the rebound. Other team, doesn't matter.
Other team?
If you were on the other team and you called my name, you wanted the ball.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Oh, need that. Cannon. 99? Really? Why'd you say 92? Hey, undersell, over deliver. That's a big one. It felt like he was releasing it from right there. He went, whoa! You know what I mean? Just got on you really quick. Hey, don't be changing the rules later on now for these other groups. I'm just saying.
No,
okay.
No,
here we go. Come on. Oh, the change up. I see you working. All right, Waino, here we go. Look at this. Cannot believe it. God. All right, we got to run this one, boys. We got to run it.
Straight ahead,
We all have been through the pandemic together, and we all have to do our part a little bit to get baseball back to where we want it to be.
Fans are finally coming back to Busch. We look at how we're keeping everyone safe as the ballpark reopens. This will be Mike Shannon's 50th season behind the mic, and over the decades he's lended his voice to iconic moments and been a soundtrack of summer for mid-America. Shannon will retire at the end of the year, so the entire organization will honor him this summer. And we'll do our part here on Cardinals Insider, beginning with this collection of calls.
Checks. Brummer's stealing home. He is safe and the Cardinals win. Brummer stole home. Bosch has pitched a no-hitter. It's the first time in the history of Cardinal baseball that a pitcher has two no-hitters.
Swing and a long one. There it is, folks. Baseball history. A second Grand Slam home run for Fernando Tatis. Swing and a home run. If it's fair, it is fair. And the Cardinals win it. Swing and a shot. Great play by Roland. He robs Hunter. The Cardinals are Central Division champions. Unbelievable. Swing and a home run. Get up, baby. Get up. Get up. Get up. Grand Slam home run for David Eckstein, and the Redbirds win this baby 5-3. Listen to this crowd. Swing and a long one. There it is, baby. The Cardinals take the lead as Albert Pujols comes through in the pit. Swing and a miss. The Cardinals are world champions for 2006. Get up, baby. Get up. Get up. Get up. At the wall. It's a two-run homer. Cardinals win it 4-3. Listen to this crowd. What a ball game.
This organization belongs to the fans. We just enjoy it. We're here for a short period of time and enjoy it and try to enhance it in any way we can. And hopefully I've done that over the years.
No fan has attended a game at Busch since October 12, 2019. And when the gates open on April 8th, it will have been 544 days since the public came to the ballpark. You know, having people in the seats will help baseball feel a lot more normal again, but there are still precautions being taken to ensure everyone's safety. Here's what to expect when you come to a game.
Well, the great news is Cardinal baseball is still going to be exciting and fun to bring your family down to Busch Stadium. We all have been through the pandemic together, and we all have to do our part a little bit to get baseball back to where we want it to be back in 2019. Everyone's going to have to wear their mask in the ballpark unless they're actively eating and drinking. We're asking people to stay apart, 6 feet apart as best as you can, and just enjoy and be flexible when you come to the ballpark with our event staff and with the other guests here at Busch Stadium. Well, on your digital ticket, which will be new this year for everyone to have digital tickets, you'll have a designated entry gate, and that's just to make sure that where you're coming in is the quickest way to get to your seat, to make sure you're not crossing over other people unwantedly, and it's just another way to keep you safer when you come to the ballpark. We're not allowing any kind of bags for anyone to be in the ballpark this year. This is something that's different than normal, and that's again to drop the points of contact between you and guest services people as you're coming to the ballpark, to make sure when you're coming through security it's a quicker, easier process. The mask are required through our deal with the city everywhere that you are in the ballpark. The only time you're allowed to take your mask off is when you're actively eating or drinking, and when you take a sip of ice cold Coca-Cola or a frosty Budweiser, you take your sip, you put it down, and then you put your mask right back on. No one will be within 6 feet of you as you look around. The other seats will be secured, so no one will be able to be seated there. People also need to understand that there's a chance that these rules will evolve as we get through the pandemic. It's a cashless situation, so bring your credit card or have a different way to do it to pay that way. And the items on the menu will be a little bit more limited this season, but it's something just to make sure the process is going to speed you through as best we can. Things will be a little bit more individually packaged that people are used to these days. The best way to go back at Busch is the line on the website. All the information is there, all the specific rules that you'll need to know, and again, it should be coming with your ticket information also.
Straight ahead.
Legend. I think that kind of goes without saying.
Players remember the greatness of Bob Gibson.
My baseball career started, I guess, when I was about 10 years old. And I had an older brother, Josh. he's the one responsible for me learning all of the fundamentals of the game, and by God did he teach some fundamentals. As far as my playing is concerned, I guess I would have to say that there are a number of people that helped me grow up. My first manager in baseball, Johnny Keane, he showed me that he had confidence in me, and I guarantee you that nobody can participate in any kind of sports without confidence. And when I realized that he had confidence in me, then I felt that I had a lot in myself. Red Shengdies, he probably had more confidence than anyone. He's probably responsible for me winning as many ball games as I did. Red would leave me in there, regardless of whether the score was 20-0. He figured that I would hold him and we'd get 21. Playing baseball was my life, and it was something that I devoted 100% to. One writer asked me, what did I want to be remembered as? And I thought about it, and I said that I want to be remembered as a person, a competitor that gave 100% every time I went out on the field. Sometimes I wasn't too good, but nobody could accuse me of cheating them out of what they paid to see.
That was the memorial video the Cardinals shared the night of Bob Gibson's passing. His impact on the franchise and the game at large can't be overstated. He won 2 Cy Youngs, 2 World Series, and turned in that famous 1.12 ERA on the way to becoming a first ballot Hall of Famer. And decades later, his standard still guides the way for modern players.
Legend. I think that kind of goes without saying. That's a pretty easy one there. He's one of the best to ever do it.
It's intimidating, I would say. You know, I think about, you know, the fear that he struck in every guy he ever faced.
You go back in history, they changed the mound height because of Bob Gibson, and that right there changed the game of baseball. So I think whenever you talk about the game, you have to mention Bob Gibson because he was so good, so electric at that time that they had to alter the game because of him.
He's been unbelievable. Just the fact that he's been willing to have a relationship with me is special and something I cherish.
I mean, he's actually pretty funny. He was just a guy, from my understanding, who just went about his business, understood his gifts, never betrayed his gifts, and he went out there and proved that he was better than the guy he was facing, and he just did it day in and day out, and that's just something I admire.
Ferocious. I know he was kind of crazy on the mound. He wasn't afraid to brush guys back, and obviously one of the harder throwers at that time, and he's definitely a guy that I would be a little bit intimidated to step into the box against.
I wish I could have played with him. That would have been cool.
Coming up, I answer one of your questions during Ask Ozzie. It's time for this week's Ask Ozzie. Adam in Clever, Missouri asked, what was your pregame ritual as a player? Well, my rituals, I get to the ballpark probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'd probably go into the training room for a little bit. And then it was either down to the cage or out to the field, depending on what I felt I needed to work on that particular day. But I took ground balls every day. I never wanted to be surprised by anything that happened on the field, so I took ground balls on my knees, which took my feet completely out of it, and I just had to use my hands, and that helped develop my hand and eye coordination, and there was always something to work on. Anybody that had a fungo that was walking around and wasn't busy, I could put them to work. Thanks for the question, Adam. If you want to submit a question, head to cardinals.com/insider and click on the Ask Ozzie tab. Stay with us. There's more to come after the break. The home opener is set for 3:15 on April 8th. It'll be extra special as we welcome fans back to BUSCH. But the opener in St. Louis has always been worth paying attention to. You never know what might happen. We put together some of our favorite memories from years past for a new segment we call Redbird Reel.
ball to left. Collinsworth going back on the ball. Looking up. It's a grand slam. Home run. Yes, they love him here.
Ozzie Smith ready for the flip, and we're ready to start the season. Here we go. The oldest shortstop in the history of the National League to start on a ball club and on an opening day. And Ozzie Smith is indeed the wizard, and this is the land of Oz, and what a career it has been for old number one. Pujols hits it a ton. Wow, what a start on opening day. New ballpark, same old Albert.
Get out of here. Deep right field. It's gone! Yeah! This ball is gone! And the Cardinals win it 2-1.
Ring and a shot deep to left center. The Cardinals win it on an RBI base hit by Gibson. 4-3 the Redbirds are winners here on opening night.
That's it for today. You can watch us on this station each week or catch full episodes on YouTube. Plus, we're always online at cardinals.com/insider. Until next time, I'm Ozzie Smith, and we'll see you next week.